Number 5 in our post-spring SEC power rankings, the Florida Gators, who could also make a case for the best quarterback in the conference with DJ Lagway, the way he played coming in for Graham Mertz last year. Obviously, their offense took a turn too when he came in, but when Jaden Ball started balling out, started running the rock, playing really well on the offensive side of the ball. They've got 4 returning starters on that offensive line, anchored by Jake Slaughter, who allowed 1 sack, 6 quarterback hurries, and 8 pressures in 728 snaps last year. So they've got all the makings on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, losing guys like we mentioned to LSU, like Pyburn. But, and again, we're not talking about schedule right now. We're just talking about talent, overall talent on the field. This has got to be Billy Napier's best chance to make a run at something.
Yeah, again, from a power ranking perspective, it's if Team A plays Team B on a neutral field tomorrow, who do we think wins that game? We're not looking at schedules. That's the difference in a ranking and a power ranking. So we believe this Florida team with this Florida roster and the multiple recruiting classes that Napier has built down there. I mean, last year at the end of the year, like when Ole Miss went down to the Swamp and lost and got knocked out of the playoffs, a lot of people, the casual fan, would look at just Florida's record and act like that Florida team was just not very good. There are a lot of football teams and coaches that would tell you at the end of that year last year, one of the last teams that they wanted to line up on the field against was a DJ Lagway-led Florida bunch. Like Georgia, before Lagway went down, Florida was on pace to beat Georgia in the cocktail party. And then Lagway went down with that injury. He didn't play on the road at Texas. They got their cheeks clapped in Austin when he didn't play at QB. But down the stretch, when Lagway started, I mean, Florida was one of the toughest outs in college football down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But the two-headed monster with him and Jaden Ball, again, quarterback, running back, like tandem in college football this year, you could put them up against anybody in the country going into this season. That's how talented those guys are. But they've really improved their overall like depth at the receiver position and the playmakers that they've got on the outside. They bring back Trey Wilson. They brought in 2 top 10 receivers in college football, led by 5-star Dallas Wilson, that was already in spring ball, making plays that a lot of people at Florida were excited about, your spring propaganda. But an interesting prospect they brought in the transfer portal was UCLA JaMychal Sturdivant, 6'3" receiver. He just obviously didn't have the type of quarterback play and overall offense to be able to flourish in at UCLA, but he still put up solid numbers and was good in his time at UCLA. I think he's going to be really good in this Florida offense with DJ Lagway. I know Lagway had some injury issues this spring that some people are a little worried about. All, signs are leading to that he's going to be fine.
Can't be any more injury concerns than they had with Graham Mertz.
Exactly. I mean, dude, we got still 3 months, 3.5 months or whatever till the season starts. Yeah. Like we've got a long time before the season starts that Lagway has a chance to get healthy. But on defense, they returned most of their production overall. They did lose some guys, but their defense last year was more of a defense by committee. They didn't have those just superstars that were necessarily top tiered first round draft pick type players. They were really more of a defense by committee that were just making plays that got better and better as the year went on. Ron Roberts is not listed as a defensive coordinator. That's Robert Bala, who they brought in from Washington, who used to be on Nick Saban's staff, used to be on your boy Hugh Free's staff at your alma mater too, at Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
But Ron Roberts is really the kind of the mastermind behind that defense. I think anybody would tell you that. I think this defense is going to be solid. The offense, I'm not worried about the offense. I think the offense is going to be really, really good for Florida this year because of the production that they bring back on the line of scrimmage and obviously DJ Lagway and Jaden Ball. That defense needs to take a little bit of a step forward. The improvements they were making down the stretch last year, that needs to continue. If they can continue that, then this Florida team can play with anybody that's on their schedule and can be one of those teams again that's sitting there competing for a chance to get to Atlanta at the end of the year. We don't sit here and talk schedules like you said, but their schedule is obviously brutal. But I'm going to say this to the flip side of that. All the teams that they play, those teams also have to deal with DJ Lagway in Florida going into this year. So it's it's a big time opportunity for Billy Napier and Florida to really kind of start finally getting over that hump and increase their win total again this year to about an 8 or 9 win football team. That's how good they can be.